Okay, hey folks, and I'm in my woods again. This is February the 7th, 2021. Make sure this is focused right. And I just wanted to give y'all a quick update on things here. I know in my last video I talked about the strange device that I found in the woods, and I showed y'all that, and then I talked about how I covered my smart meter. Well, I just want to give you an update on that because on the smart meters, I feel like the reason I wanted to cover my smart meters is because I felt like, they were watching me inside my home with those cameras, because they have those surveillance cameras inside of them. So that's why I wanted to cover up my smart meter. And I do feel like it did help, covered it up, because before I covered it up, I was getting hit with these lasers through my walls and through my windows. Like I'd go out of my kitchen and into the den and I'd get hit, with these lasers, these microwave lasers and stuff. I could feel them, and those things would hurt. Those, they got some that don't really hurt you, they just feel like Nerf balls hitting you, but they got other ones that hurt. And they can leave marks on you, and if they hit you in the ear, it can really do damage. But anyway, I feel like covering up my smart meter has helped as far as covering up the camera, because I don't think they can see me inside my home anymore. And the reason I think that is because they're not hitting me, like I said, from room to room when I go room to room. But I am still getting hit at night though, with the lasers. So I know that they can still hear me. They may not be able to see me with the cameras, but I know they can still hear me. And I'm thinking that might be how they know where I'm at, or they know, that might be how they know when I go to bed. They can hear me. But I'm still being hit with the microwave lasers through the windows and through the wall. Those lasers can go through the walls, okay? Now I've got some of my windows covered with a bubble foil. So I think the last 2 days where they've been hitting me must be from the window in the room next to it. I don't know. Maybe they're shooting it through that window and it's coming through the wall and still hitting me, because I don't think they're shooting through the window that's got the bubble foil, because it's supposed to reflect it. So they're finding other ways, to hit me. But anyway, back to the smart meters. I feel like it did help when I covered up the smart meter. I do think it covered up the cameras, but I think they can still hear me move around in my house, and that's how they know where I am. Or they can also, if you're on your phone or your computer, they know where you're at, because that's, of course, that's a tracking device. So they're still hitting me at night, but they're not hitting me, hard like before. And also, I believe that the Morgellons, or the nanotechnology in the body, is also, sending out signals, and they can find you that way too. But last 2 days, not for last, and then last night, I've been trying to get these microwave lasers on video. I wanted to. You can't get pictures of them, but I wanted to try to get the sounds of them hitting my head, at night when I'm sleeping, because a lot of people might think, well, but so the last 2 nights I have got videos of the microwave lasers hitting my head while I'm trying to sleep. Okay, they obviously do not want me to sleep, because every time I lay down, they start hitting me with these lasers. So I got 2 videos. I got part 1 and I got part 2 of the microwave lasers hitting me in the head while I'm trying to sleep. Now, I'm going to post these videos in the description box in case anybody wants to listen to them. They do not have pictures on them. It's dark. The screen is blank. There's nothing on it. All you're going to hear is the sounds of the microwaves hitting my head and my chest. And you're also going to hear me trying to move around, trying to turn around and move around and try to get away from them. You're going to hear me. I got bubble foil over my head and I got bubble foil over my chest. So you're going to hear me pulling the foil or adjusting the foil because if they start hitting me, like sometimes they'll zoom in and like hit me in one area and for a long time, and when they start that, I have to shift my position to keep them from hitting me in that same area. So you're going to hear the bubble foil crunching as I'm shifting around to try to avoid the microwaves. So you're going to, if that crunching sound and all that, that's the foil. I sleep now with a bubble foil over my head and over my chest. So if you listen to these videos, you're going to hear the microwave. You're going to hear them as they hit me, and then you're going to hear the bubble foil too. So just wanted to let y'all know that in case you decided to listen to them. But I will post them in the description boxes. And I am going to be trying to get more of these because I'm trying to get all the proof that I need that I'm being targeted. Because I am doing an investigation. Now, when I say investigation, I'm talking about me, you know. I'm not an investigator or anything, but I am trying to figure out who's doing this, you know. But somebody is definitely wants to torment me and does not want me to sleep at night. So, or really, I've been hit during the day too. So, it's a battle. It's an ongoing battle against me. So, just want to put that out there that I do have 2 videos of the microwaves hitting me in the head and in the chest. If anybody wants to listen to that, and I'm going to be making more because, like I said, I'm trying to get proof. Okay, and then the antenna that I showed y'all that I found in the woods. You know, some people thought, well, you should get rid of it, you know, and I thought about getting rid of it, but then I said, since I'm trying to gather proof, I'm trying to gather the evidence of my targeting, I figured maybe I should keep it because, you know, that's another form of evidence that I can use to prove that I'm being targeted. Now, I didn't know, really, if it had anything to do with my targeting. So what I did was I just covered it up with a tub. And I thought that maybe covering it up, you know, it'd be okay, it'd be safe. But a couple of days ago, I was out in the yard picking up limbs, and I heard this chirping sound. It sounded like it was a chirping sound sounded like it's coming from the woods in that direction. And I thought I heard some voices, and I thought, oh, somebody in the woods. So I walked through the woods, and I didn't see anybody, but I could still hear that chirping sound. And I had heard that before inside the house, and I thought, well, maybe it's part of the microwave stuff. But anyway, as I started walking towards it, I realized that it was coming from that antenna that I found. Now, this antenna apparently is not connected to anything, or it didn't appear to be connected to anything. And so I actually thought that it was not functional, you know, that maybe it served a purpose at one time, but it obviously it was still functional because there was chirping sounds coming from it. So when I heard the chirping sounds coming from that thing, I got so mad because I got so mad about it that I made up my mind I was going to get rid of it. I was just going to pull it out of the ground. My son was supposed to come pull it up for me, and he didn't get around to it. But I got mad, and so I just put my gloves on and my boots, and I ran out there, and I just started pulling on it and tugging on it. I said, I'm going to get this thing out of here. So I pulled on it, and it took me a while because the pipe was buried so deep in the dirt, you know, in the ground. And I'm not a real strong person, but I just kept pulling on it and putting on it and working with it, you know, and twisting it and all until I got it out. And when I pulled it out so hard that I lost my balance and I fell down. Of course, it didn't hurt me, but I was just so desperate to get it out, you know, that I got it, I drug it out. And when I got it loose, I finally got the pipe loose from the ground. And when I jerked it, and then I started dragging it. When I got it free, I started dragging it through the woods. I didn't even take it back to my house, and I just drug it straight through the woods, which felt like a mile. It was not a mile, but I drug it straight through the woods. And then when I got to the road, I took it down the road, and I just kind of throwed it over the side of the road so that the county could pick it up. You know, I said, well, maybe the county, I'll just pick it up here. But I wanted to get it away from my house. So I pulled it up, okay. And then after I got rid of it, I thought, well, Dang, I shouldn't have done that because I did it on instinct because I got mad when I heard the sounds coming from it, and then I said, well, I should have kept it because that's proof, you know. So that might be some proof that I need. So I may go back and see if it's still down there on the side of the road, and if it is, I might just go ahead and, you know, try to pick it up. But I don't want to bring it back to my house because it's picking up signal. I don't know if it's a receiver. I don't know. It's still functional, okay? So I don't want it at my house because it could be used against me. So I'm going to go later and see if it's still down there on the side of the road. And if it is, I might try to pick it up and try to find somewhere else to take it. But when I was dragging it through the woods, the pipe and everything, it's all still connected. But when I was dragging it through the woods, the pipe broke in half. Or the pipe just broke in half where it had a hole in it anyway, so it was rotted or rusted. It broke in half, so I took that part of it that broke off and I just started beating it. I started beating the antenna, trying to destroy it. And when I left it on the side of the road, I just started beating on it. But I don't think it did any good. I don't think it affected it in any way. But anyway, so I got rid of the antenna, and I'll take you up there in a minute and show you what it did. But anyhow, I can't really tell that it made any difference, you know, with the antenna, getting rid of the antenna. But I haven't heard the chirping noise since, so I know it was coming from that. And there's some things that I had heard before that I haven't been hearing lately, but I don't know that they're connected to that, so I'm not going to say either way because I don't know yet. But I feel like covering up my smart meter and then getting rid of the antenna may make a difference. So, but like I said, I'm still getting hit with the microwaves at night, so I just want to say that you can, okay, for those of you who don't know, if you're sick, if you're having the symptoms like the headaches and the dizziness and the chest pains and the shortness of breath, or if you're having fatigue and sounds in your head, you could be getting hit with microwave lasers and not know it, because when they come through the window, you can't unless it's those green or red ones, you can't really see them, okay? You can't see them when they come through because they're waves, okay? And I didn't even know for a long time, I didn't even know I was being hit with them until I started covering up my head. I started, you know, when they started hitting me with those powerful ones, I started wearing my head protection. And I wasn't doing really anything to protect myself before then, but I started wearing the head protection when they started hitting me, you know, with those lasers that hurt. I started putting the foil over my head and then putting the hat on. And I noticed sometimes when I was laying down at night or walking around or sitting in a chair, I noticed I could hear the waves hitting that tinfoil on my head. I could hear it hitting. I said, dang. And I could go pretty much in any room, and I could hear them hitting the foil. And I thought, well, are these coming from the cell towers? You know, are these microwave signals? Are they coming from the cell towers? And I'm sure a lot of them are coming from the cell towers. You know, but the ones that are hitting me at night, they are not coming from the cell towers, because these are directed. This microwave laser is directed at my head, because they go out of their way to try to get you in the head. They want to hit you in the head, because I do everything I can to try to protect my ears, and it seems like ears is the main target, because they know if they hit you in the ear, they're going to mess up your head. It's going to mess up your head. It's going to mess up your mind. If you get hit in the ear or in the side of the head, like on the temporal lobe, or if you get hit in the frontal lobe, if you get hit in any of those areas, you're going to have issues, and you're going to start hearing all kind of rushing sounds in your head. You're going to hear rolling sounds, rushing sounds, crashing sounds, scraping sounds. Sometimes it sounds like people screaming in your head. You might even hear voices in your head. You're going to hear, especially when you try to doze off at night, you're going to hear scraping and screaming sounds in your head. If you get hit in the ear with these lasers, that goes straight into your head. Then you start hearing stuff, okay? And these lasers, once they hit your head or your ear or your head, it gets inflamed, okay? And I didn't know this for a while. I didn't know that it was really getting inflamed until I started doing the treatments for it, because every time I'd get hit in the ear, you know, my whole side of my face would feel real hot and stuff. And that's when I started realizing that my ear and that side of my face was getting inflamed. So that's when I started putting the vodka detox on my scalp. Because you got to do something. If it gets inflamed, you got to do something to reduce the inflammation in your ear and in your head. And the best way to do that is to put some kind of, treat your scalp with something that will help reduce the inflammation. So I use the vodka detox, or if I don't have that, you can use whiskey, or you can use the essential oils. If you're going to use the essential oils for the inflammation on the scalp, I would suggest you use something strong like sage or thyme, or maybe some savory or something, tea tree oil, something that's strong enough, you know, to penetrate down into the scalp in order to reduce the inflammation. Because once it gets inflamed, you're going to hear all kind of stuff in your head. You're really going to think that you're going to think you're losing your mind, okay? But really, it's the microwaves that has got your head inflamed, your skull. So you got to treat it. You're going to have to treat it with something, folks, because if you don't, this is going to continue. And this is how they control you. Once they hit your ears and they get your ears and your head inflamed, and you start hearing all those sounds, then that's when you might start hearing them talking to you. It's called the voice to skull thing's what it is. You might hear them start talking to you. If you start hearing them talking to you, you better do something right away, because that's how they control you. So I only heard them talking to me one time, and then I went and I did my scalp treatment, and I stopped that. I stopped those voices, them talking to me in my head, and I stopped the noises. And it's all through saturating your scalp with something that will reduce the inflammation and also will deactivate the Morgellons in the head, because you know Morgellons is part of it, the nanotechnology in the head. Once they hit you with those frequencies, that's how it all gets started, because the technology reacts to the frequencies. So they know that you got to have the Morgellons in the head, and then you add the frequencies, and then you got you're on, the battle's on. Okay, so I use vodka on my head for detox. Sometimes I'll use whiskey, but you can use anything that you think might work. It's gonna have to be something strong. I mean, you could probably try even Ken's Morgellons gel. I think I tried that a couple of times along with the vodka to help with the inflammation in the scalp. But I'm sure there's a lot of other things that will reduce the inflammation. Any kind of alcohol will. And like I said, the essential oil. So I'm probably going to be trying more stuff, you know, as I go along. And if I found something that works real good, I'll let y'all know. But if you're getting sick in your home, if you're sick inside your home, and you know it's not your smart meter, because now the microwave lasers, they will cause the same symptoms that your smart meter does. You know, if your smart meter has been cranked up, and the radiation in your home is making you sick, and you have reduced you have done everything you could to reduce the radiation in your home, like you turn off your breakers, and you've reduced your exposure to your electronics and stuff, and you're still getting sick, you might be getting hit with these microwave lasers through your windows and not know it. Because like I said, you can't hear them and you can't feel them unless you've got the tinfoil over your head, or you've got something that will reflect it. Because if you're just laying there in your bed and it's hitting your skin, it's hitting your skin, then your skin is absorbing it. Your skin will absorb the microwaves, and that's what makes you sick. But if you have something over you, like the foil or the bubble foil that I'm using, If you have that over your head, or if you have that over your chest, you can hear it, the waves, the microwaves, when they hit you, you can hear them. And that'll give you an idea of just how bad your situation is. That'll tell you how much of the microwave signals is hitting you, and how much your body is absorbing. This is how they're making us sick, folks, because your body, when your skin absorbs these microwaves, like I said, it's like the same thing as being hit, you know, with those hot lasers in the head. I mean, that you get inflamed, and you start getting sick. If they hit you in the chest, you're going to have breathing problems, and you're going to have chest pains, and you're going to have eventually you're going to have congestion, like lung congestion in your lungs, because the radiation causes lung congestion. And like I said in my other videos, the potassium iodide will heal up the lung congestion. And the best way to stop the chest pain and the shortness of breath is to protect yourself from the frequencies. Protect yourself from the microwaves. Protect yourself from the microwaves, the lasers, the microwave lasers that are coming through your windows and your walls. Protect yourself from that. Protect yourself from your smart meters. Protect yourself from your electronics. You're gonna have to, if you're sick, you're gonna have to do this, okay? The smart meters, the electronics, and all that is just part of it. The microwave lasers and the signals that comes from the cell towers is all part of it too. So I can tell y'all what I'm doing. Like I said, I got the bubble foil over some of the windows where I've been sleeping. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that the microwave lasers are not coming through that window, but I think it's coming from the window in the next room and then being beamed through the wall and hitting me. So I am in the process of still figuring this out. So I'm going to get some more. I'm going to get some more of the bubble foil, hopefully today, and I'm going to cover those windows in the other rooms. I'm going to do what I can to protect myself from these microwave lasers. I'm going to get the, like I said, I'm going to get some more of the foil. I'm probably going to spend the next few days doing this. I'm going to try to cover my windows and any walls that it might go through. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time, but it's either that or just lay there and let you. I'm not going to lay there. I'm not going to keep laying there and let them hit me every single night and not get any sleep, because I haven't had any sleep in days. I mean, I'm not going to continue to do this. I have got to do something to try to get some of my life back. So that's an update. Hold up, I wanted to show y'all. Let me walk back up this way. I wanted to show y'all where I moved the area where I moved the antenna. I really didn't think, you know, that this antenna really, honestly, I didn't think it was functional at all. I know Ken said that he said it was an old antenna, you know, to an old tube TV, which is very highly possible, because my mom had an old tube TV, you know, that she watched, and she refused to get rid of it. She didn't want the new kind, but so I'm pretty sure that's what it was for. But now I don't know, because with the chirping sounds that's been coming from it, I feel like it was being used to. I think it was part of the targeting. I think they were using it as part of the targeting. So it's only been a couple of days since I got rid of it, so I won't know until later, probably. You know, if there's any other change or if it's made a difference in any other, you know, in any other areas. But let's see, what I want to touch the smart meters. It's on the antenna. And so if you're a targeted individual, if you are a targeted individual, if you have Morgellons, because Morgellons is being targeted, it's the same thing, and you are sick inside your home and you're staying sick and it don't seem like you're getting any better, and you already remedied your smart meter, because I'll tell you right now, folks, the first thing that they target you with is the smart meters, because they turn up the frequencies in your home, and then they just bathe your home with radiation. Okay, this causes headaches, dizziness, nausea, fatigue. Well, I mean, you'll be so weak you can't even stand up. your head will start spinning around. You'll feel like you got vertigo all the time. You'll be real weak. The best thing you can do, you know, besides just turning off your power completely, is to turn off the breakers in your house that you're not using and just leave on the 1 or 2 in the rooms that you do use, okay? And just turn the other ones on when you need to and then turn them back off, okay? But if you're still being sick after doing this, you need to consider the fact that you might be getting hit with the microwave lasers through your windows and you don't know it. Okay, like I said, I did not know that they were hitting me until I started protecting my head from the other lasers, okay? This is several different types of lasers they've been using on me. When they started hitting me with those hard ones, like in my arm and stuff, when I'd move around the house, then I started putting I started putting the aluminum foil on my head with a hat, and that's when I could hear the signals hitting the foil. That's how I figured out that they were actually hitting me at night, you know, and that they were hitting me all day long, but they were mostly attacking me at night with the microwaves. So once again, I'm going to post the 2 videos of the microwave lasers hitting me in the head and the chest. And they are dark. There's no picture on them. There's only sound. And I will be making more of these because this is going to be an ongoing investigation for me. But this is where, hold up. I'm about to drop my camera. Okay, this is where I had the tub right here. So this is where the antenna was that I moved, and the wires, you can see the wires still here, but this is I'm messing up somehow my finger always goes straight to that focus button and messes up the focus. Okay. This is the end that was connected to the actual device or antenna. So it may have been connected, y'all. Maybe I didn't see it until I drug it out of the woods. I didn't see this. I'm just now finding this. Because when I drug it, when I pulled it, when I got it loose, I drug it that way. And I drug it straight through the woods, down until I got to the road, where I just kind of dumped it on the side of the road. Just to get it away from my house. But here's the wire, it's still here. Like I said, the wire's still here, and I'm gonna get it up. I'll get it up later because I was so exhausted. I like to wore myself out getting this thing out of here, but I was determined to do it because I got mad. What I did was I got mad when I heard the chirping sounds coming from it. I got mad, and the adrenaline kicked in, and that's what helped me get it out because I was gonna wait, you know, to get my son to remove it for me. But when I heard the chirping sounds, when I got mad, I said, "No, I'm doing it right now." So. That's me. When I get my head determined I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way. That's the way I am. But anyway, you can see where I drug it. You can see where I drug it up. Where I pulled it up from the ground, I just jerked it out. I kept pulling on it and pulling on it and pulling on it until I got it loose. So the strange device has been removed. And it's only been a couple of days, so if I notice any changes from that, I'll let y'all know. But I guess I'm going to go for now. Just wanted to give y'all an update on all that. So once again, I'm posting the 2 videos, part 1 and part 2 of the microwave lasers hitting me at night while I'm trying to sleep. And I'm going to be trying to get some more of these. So any information I get, because I'm going to figure this out, okay? I'm going to figure out who is doing this one way or the other. I'm going to figure it out. If it kills me, I'm going to figure it out. So I'm going to go for now, guys, and I love y'all.